afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for May 28th, 2021, Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. We have a reverse aging call tonight at 9. We'll have a segment in there about structured water, and Dr. Russ Newman will be the guest. And we'll discuss structured water. Water is really important to all of our bodies. And many of the people in this country are severely dehydrated, even though they drink water. Now, when each of us come to a full understanding that our lives are complete as they are, right as they are, if you take the time to look at the perfection of your life, it is a synchronistic masterpiece, and you are on an emotionally rich adventure of spiritual awakening events. Each time and each frame of the sacred movie is unfolding perfectly. And all of us are the great masters, designers of it all. When we discover this, we can relax into the feeling of being complete with this life exactly as it is. It's all about raising our vibrational frequencies. No one can do it for you. Maybe a little bit here and there, but not. Only you can sustain it. The enlightenment is connected to ascension. You choose to go into enlightenment, which is meaning that you are in a deep gratitude 24/7. This gives way to enlightenment understanding. So it raises your vibrational frequency. You go into enlightenment. The enlightenment then increases your frequency more. Then you ascend. Your ascension takes you into higher and higher vibrational frequencies. You continue to sustain and advance and enrich your understanding and belief of the God that you are, and increasing into deep eternal love, gratitude, peace. Total liberation is not very far away. It's just hidden behind us. So. And it just happens after a few dozen trips around the sun. We come to a time in our lives when we start asking ourselves deeper questions, like, have you ever said this to yourself? Where you say, you get exasperated or something occurs in your life and, a lot of things happening. You go, what's the point of it all? Why am I here? Just out of frustration. What great purpose do I serve? And whenever we are in deep eternal love, I use deep eternal love other than blessed because be less is not a good energy for me. So I use deep eternal love in place of it. And whenever we are in deep eternal love, to reach this moment of our soul's deepest inquiry, it needs to be honored with the utmost patience and persistence. Persistence is a real heavy duty. A lot of us, we get carried off and our persistence lags. This is a golden carrot which leads us to dig further inside ourselves so that we uncover the roots of why we are struggling and see how to alleviate any pain we are incurring. And it is from returning to this self-inquiry that we discover the most sacred answers to this life, which truly satisfy every crack and crevice of our being. I think some people think that enlightenment is like, some kind of fairy tale experience, and it isn't. It's something that is meant for a few special sacred people. That's wrong too. It is the highest peak of our consciousness is what it is. And it is available to all beings in every moment. It is a genuinely grounded spiritual experience which transforms all the sour lemons in our lives into the most succulent, sweet lemonade. And it's actually, the enlightened state is what lifts the veil, blinding us all from the truth and allowing us to see just how magnificent we all truly are. A lot of us have a tendency not to be that open. We think we are. But see, there we go. We think we are. We don't feel we are. But we're not. You'd be open and available to every experience life gives you. And you know that each experience is always the right experience. Well, I see that tricky ego is in the mind sitting there and it's going, no, you this better. This is crap. This, why am I having this happening? So for the enlightened being, there is no such thing as a wrong experience. There's just experiences. There's no right or wrong. The universe is the most intelligent teacher there is. And it never, ever makes a mistake. There really are no mistakes. This universe is this grand weave of perpetual spiritual synchronicity and our karmic destiny. All of us are this timeless perfection of wild conscious creativity and action, always co-creating a synchro-destined harmonious play between mind, matter, and spirit. So how could, this omniscient perfection ever make any form of boo-boo or even entertain the idea that what a mistake is might be, what a mistake might be like? Now, if we step back and look at our world from the highest, most heavenly place, space, it appears that we are this great symphony of souls all working together to reach higher states of consciousness. Of course, we're also these separate beings with unique minds, hearts, and individual lives. Yet, this separating aspect is not the biggest truth. The greatest truth is that we are intimately connected with everything and everyone else in this universe and all the extension universes, all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And when we surrender to this larger truth, I mean really surrender to it, not superficially, weaving it throughout our day, the most tantalizing and enlightening moments just magically show up. We can feel the presence of something much larger than ourselves is guiding us to a more joyous state of being. We naturally become more sensually available to all the pleasure and joy we are here to experience in this exquisite existence. And by being radically open, raw, naked, and deeply willing to receive whatever the divine existence is offering us in each moment, enlightenment must pour into us. It simply has no other choice. When we completely empty out our cup, the universe has to fill it. The result is a truly intimate connection with this divine intelligence and an abundance of the richest manifesting energy radiating from our very core. By living each moment from this raw, open, vulnerable place, we can become unstoppable in everything and anything that we do. Whenever we are deeply surrendered to this life, life surrenders to us. Whenever we are deeply surrendered to this life, life surrenders to us. We immediately feel this humble yet empowering connection with everything and everyone. There are no more feelings of lack, unworthiness, or separation with who we are. There's also no need to become someone powerful, superior, and special so that we cover up that unconscious, insecure self who feels inferior. We all can allow our darker parts to be seen, felt, and heard. Experience life in all possible ways: good, bad, bitter, sweet, dark, light, summer, winter. Experience all the dualities. Do not be afraid of experience, because the more experience we have, the more mature we become. Osho. It's a choice. You choose to allow the totality of your darkness and divinity to be revealed. As we start feeling into exposing, honoring, and welcoming all our dark and bright parts, we spend less energy controlling, holding back, hiding, and trying to contain our wild brilliance. Within this relaxation, our full divine nature can spring forth and shower upon the world. We are free to be spontaneous, creative, fully self-confident, and can access our core life energy. And naturally, we find ourselves resting and abiding in our spiritual essence, which does not judge or condemn anything or anyone, as it is the source of love itself. The most spiritually expansive, loving, healing, and magical experiences in this life instantly start manifesting when we take the risk to look within and be honest, vulnerable, and real with who we think we are. And when we remove all our masks with everyone in our lives, drop all our perceived burdens, shed our protective layers, and become totally transparent with everyone in this world, then the supreme enlightened reality sneaks into us. This enlightened perception of life takes over our mind, creating an energetic merging with our ego and spiritual essence. And we feel this awesome, wholesome love for ourselves and others everywhere we go. The secret to this enlightenment is to be fearless, unraveling and exposing our most enlightened and horrific selves. We must choose to be able to relax and truly be at okay with every good and bad idea that passes through our mind and emotions. We must choose not to get stuck on anything and become like Teflon, a non-stick surface which all thoughts slide off of. We cannot take anything that is revealed personally. as every idea and concept we have about who we are was handed down to us, programmed in our subconscious mind, that's our library, from our parents, siblings, teachers, society, and the many generations who were before them. Don't rely on the mind for liberation. You are the sum cause of the entire universe. Nisargadatta. Resting in silence and stillness of the mind. Ironically, the cause of our enlightenment and what's blocking us from experiencing it is the same thing, the mind. When we transcend the mind, dropping any attachment we have to it, the brilliant light of our being can then shine through, and this balance is all we can see in every direction. And of course, a mind is essential to adventure into this great journey, into spiritual liberation, yet we first need to understand what the mind actually is, so that one day we can become free from it. You cannot become free from it if you don't know exactly what it is. If you start to watch your mind, you'll notice it is always striving, always judging, analyzing, and needing to achieve something. It's always got to be something. You may have lived your entire life so far completely wrapped up in the head, which is always focusing on thoughts, concepts, right and wrong opinions, judgments, and belief systems. This is the secret to remaining unenlightened. As long as we're always up in the head thinking, with our brains running the show, and the rest of our heart's sex center and physical sensual body is being ignored. Know that enlightenment is full body experience. And this means the whole body is engaged in experiencing life. And not just the over-analytical mind. You step back from the mind requires total awareness. Every enlightened experience begins by first taking one step back from the mind and resting into a state of pure awareness. This is why an enlightened seeker meditates, not to control the mind, yet to transcend all thinking completely, calling forth the experience of total silence, stillness, and pure awareness inside. Stillness creates an automatic letting go of the constant control, domination, and neediness of the mind. This is how important stillness is. Stillness creates an automatic letting go of the constant control, domination, and neediness of the mind. It is something that takes 100% of our devotion and dedication, as the mind is deeply addicted to the outer search. It will spend lifetimes searching for fulfillment in the outer world, believing this is the purpose of this life. It will continuously try to fill your time on this earth with new information, people, and special goodies out there, never questioning reality or what your heart or soul is really yearning for inside. The secret to this enlightened stillness of mind is learning how to be 100% surrendered to this life. 100% surrendered. And this comes from giving more energy towards that natural trusting feeling in something bigger than you is running the entire show. The supreme God source and cosmic intelligence is very, very, very real and always connected with our core essence. We are a drop of water in this sweet cosmic ocean. We are not separate from this vast sea of bliss until we get caught in the mind and believe we are. When we rest in total stillness of mind, we instantly dissolve back into the sea of bliss, and find freedom within it all. Lastly, be aware that the mind is a very, very, very tricky and slippery character. So use caution whenever you approach it. Don't trust the mind or buy into its stories, as it will confidently lead you down one sure path and then switch the next day into following a completely different direction. Trust the heart instead of the mind. The heart lives in love and abides in a connection of oneness with the universe. This is the easiest doorway to enter the experience of enlightenment. When I look inside and I see that I am nothing, that is wisdom. When I look outside and see that I am everything, that is love. And between these two, my life turns. Nisargadatta Maharaj. Trust 100% in yourself, the universe, and in this sacred journey throughout life. Always being trusting, open and available to yourself. The universe and your life is no small matter. Accessing our full enlightened nature is so enormous that we must expand beyond our old comfort zones and trust in something beyond the mind, beyond everything that we know. The great secret to living in a continuous state of trust is learning how to abide in the feminine energy. This is the highly fertile experience of openness, deep relaxation, and pure receptivity. When this energy enters our bodies, it means we have stopped engaging in society's over-controlling, dominating, masculine influence and started welcoming that feminine magnetic force that is inherent at the core of every atom in creation. And this sacred feminine energy is wild, liberating, and is very magnetic. It is inside everything around us. It is very real, organic, and it shows up naturally when we stop pursuing the life that never fully satisfied us. As we turn inwards to find the divine feminine source, we merge with that ancient way of being which nurtures our very soul. And we find this natural spiritual energy inside our being. And relaxing into this energy allows us to feel at one with the entire universe, wherever we are and wherever we go. The enlightened state is absolute trust in what is here now, and it's never half-ass about it. This 100% level of trust creates an instant feeling of freedom from doubt, resistance, and fear. The mind stops controlling everything, and it gives up striving to attain a different experience than the one given to you now. When we live from a state of 100% trust, we start allowing this magical universe to unfold however it will. If you are only willing to release 99% control over your life, then ask yourself, what is this 1% still holding on to? Why would clinging to thoughts of fear, doubt, and needing more control be more important than your spiritual freedom? Now, we could allow for a small percentage of our ego's free will to be there, yet it's good to explore how this non-trusting ego trip is just some entertaining sideshow and not the real deal. To abide in 100% trust all day long requires a full let go of your beliefs, addictions, demands on yourself, others, and this world. It means that you stop avoiding your unlimited spiritual nature. Total trust is about you, all of us, recognizing the divine soul we all are and having the deepest devotion to our spiritual selves. The secret is about embracing all the joy and pain we find inside. This life is meant to be a continuous trusting process. To master it, this great sacred feminine energy needs to be at our center so we can feel nourished, guided, and at every moment of our lives when we can sit back and allow the great cosmic wheel of life to take over. We'll find out that it steering our mind to see, feel, and know this is all divine perfection. All journeys are outward journeys. There is no inward journey. How can you turn inwards? You are already there. There is no point in going. When going stops, journeying disappears. When desiring is no more clouding the mind, you are in Osho. Feel the oneness between the spiritual and the material world. Feel it. Manifesting our material dream life and the road to enlightenment are two sides of the same coin. When we embrace our natural manifesting abilities, excuse me, we must also open the doors for a greater spiritual depth inside, which is needed to balance everything out. We cannot be fully enlightened unless we are enjoying our connection with the vibrant, rich matrix of powerful manifesting energy that exists in quantum particles all around us and is what we refer to as the material world. We also cannot totally enjoy any physical riches and luxuries of the material world without being relaxed and surrendered to our divine spiritual energy at our core. These worlds are one world, two sides of the same coin, and they are interdependent with each other, feeding into the other. They cannot exist without each other. If we judge something in the material world as bad, we set up an energetic block inside us which stops our spiritual growth, and vice versa. It is only through surrendering to the merging of our spiritual and material nature that we find the fastest path to freedom. And ironically, we will find the experience of spiritual surrender is one of the greatest manifesting secrets that was ever invented and causes our dreams and desires to manifest faster than the speed of light. Retire into solitude. Seat yourself on a clean spot in an erect posture with the head and neck in a straight line. Control all sense organs. Bow down in devotion to your teacher. Then enter the lotus of the heart and meditate there on the presence of Brahma, the pure, the infinite, the blissful. Galvaya Upachas. It's good to know that the road towards enlightenment is the highest spiritual path one can choose to follow through life. Not because self-realization is so challenging to discover and maintain, yet rather because it is also extremely easy and effortless. It is both effortless and ridiculously challenging, which is what makes it so enticing to explore. The mind is often too small of a container to grasp this and may become confused by this conundrum, which is why we haven't heard about that many enlightened beings in our Earth's history. The good news is that any one of us can step into this empty of mind, spiritually awakened state instantly at any moment, since the light of consciousness is our basic nature. And depending on your programming, it may require decades of searching and efforting to set the mind aside, remain fully conscious of pure consciousness, totally relaxed in your body, and eternally expanding in your cosmic spiritual nature. It's truly the greatest cosmic joke of all that we are all trying to attain our natural, effulgent state of being. We already are at. So what could be easier and harder than that? Basically, it means we must make a tremendous effort to be 100% effortless. We choose to make a tremendous effort to be 100% effortless. So on this great journey into enlightenment, we are going to get to pass a few essential tests. What's at stake here is that our lives' fulfillment on the deepest levels. So we will come across many unexpected curves in the road, perhaps an enormous range of mountains to climb, a massive roadblock to leap over, and many distractions that will stop us in our spiritual tracks. All these tests make the journey even more of a wild and crazy celebration when we are sitting on top of one of these peaks. We're resting in the green, sunny, warm valley along the way. People don't appreciate things that are freely given as much as those things which they may feel are nearly impossible to attain. No feat that is going to push our boundaries, stretch our limits, and feels outrageous to even imagine is going to be easy to manifest. The amount of struggle, loss, and confusion along your journey is the very fuel that will eventually burn your ego away. So again, it is the universe which has invented the perfect spiritual setup. Just remember, the universe never makes mistakes. The journey, which is pulling us deeper into this very moment of our lives, is revealing the real reason why we're here. If we look for our path into enlightenment in any place other than the now, you'll miss it. It is always hidden in the most sacred place that we are least likely to look for it. So if you will, go to the place where you're not going to be interrupted, and I'm sure we all are. And the first thing that we care to do, the first step, relax your body. Let all of this stuff, fear, stress, anger, anxiety, hatred, envy, depression, let go. Because you're not that. Just let it go. Just slips right away. You'll feel it too. You'll feel it because you're in the heart-mind. And you know when you're in the heart-mind because you could just absolutely feel the difference when you drop from the head to the heart. When you drop from the head to the heart. And you look at the body, and you know, do you really want your body to be stressed all the time? Do you want that fear, anxiety, worry to be there all the time? That is one of the things that the mind and ego create for us so that we can overcome it. Walk through it. So we relax the body. Whenever you're floating, we've all been there. Whenever you're floating, it means that everything you have let go. You're not thinking about anything. You're just feeling totally in peace and harmony with yourself. You're not worried about what anybody's thinking about you. You're not worried about when are you going to have enough money, when are you going to have this. That's not even there. So what does the body do? It lets go. And then all the stress, everything that we carry, because none of us are exempt from it, we let it go. And it feels absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And we stay there because it's so great. It feels so good. And once we do that, we move into the now. The now is the beginning, and the now is the end. The now is everything. It is a sacred place. It is a sacred space to always reside in the now. And your body's relaxed, and you're in the now. What is the now? Moment to moment. That's what it is. Moment to moment. Space between heartbeats. It is absolutely absolute. What does it feel like to you to be in the now? You're not trying to get anything. You're not trying to achieve anything. You are not judging yourself and others. And you have no worries. You're in the now. You're focused on one thing. The moment you're in right now. That's it. You could be picking your nose and that's all you're focused on. And you'll know because you're not wandering off with other thoughts while you're doing something at the same time, which we all are not exempt from. So as our body is relaxed and we're in the now stills the mind, stills the ego, stills the subconscious mind. We're not in it. We're outside of it. We're watching it. And this is the way to master the mind and the ego. That you're the master, they aren't the master. Because they make horrible masters. Great servants, but horrible masters. So we watch. Moment to moment. And we see how tricky the ego and the mind are. We also see how we can use them as allies until they are not needed anymore. Now you can see your body whenever you want. You can look at it from the outside in. Because you're not the body. Remember, you're the God. You're the soul. You're the consciousness. In that body, outside the body, around the body. So you see that going right up the center of that body is these beautiful colored wheels of light. There's 7 of them. You know, one is at your tailbone. It's really bright red. And then it goes all the way up to the top of the head, a beautiful violet color. And green, and yellow, blue, and indigo, and orange. And they're all vibrating, misting. There's not something that you can reach in and pick up. Because they're etheric, spiritual. These are the conduits for you, the God, to flow through that body. Really. You saturate as the God energy, that body. You run through it constantly. You're affecting all the organs in that body, the blood flow, the emotions, the attitudes, everything. But see, when you're not aware of this, and you're operating from the outside in, as far as this world is concerned, everything's outside, then you miss it. It's quite adventuresome and fun when you get to that point. So remember that you're the God, the consciousness, flowing through that body. And it's like a fountain, an energy fountain. So you go right through it, all the 7 chakras, all the way top of the head, and then the fountain, the energy comes back down around you, the God, and then back up through the tailbone, and straight up and down perpetually. You are the power that allows that body to operate, to carry you around. Interesting. Inexhaustible power. So you look at your breath as well, because the now, when you're in physical form, the now, how do you stay in the now? Because a lot of us, I don't think any of us are exempt from it. You could be focused on the now, and then these thoughts start floating by, and then you pick one, and before you know it, you're off in different thoughts and everything, and you're not in the now. So use your breath, your divine positive energy. The soul enters the body, powers the body produces the breath to sustain the body. Okay? So the breath is divine positive energy. It is from you, the God. So that, along with you, the God, goes up through those chakras, those energy vortexes, from bottom to top and back around. So you see them. You see these lights. And you see the brilliant red light at your right at the tip of your tailbone, the coccyx. And this is your root chakra, and you know what it deals with? It deals with our survival. And it blocks us by fear. So we conjure fear, we give it energy, we bring it into reality, and then we experience it. And that blocks our very survival. And then we move to the orange wheel of light, the sacral chakra. This deals with our pleasure, our sexuality, fun, enjoyment, ease. And then it's blocked by guilt. And then we go to the yellow wheel of light. This is solar plexus chakra, the Manipura. This is our personal power. This is our self-esteem, self-confidence, self-worth. And it makes sense that we flow as gods through the central nervous system, pancreas, liver, digestive tract, and skin. But it's blocked by shame. And where does shame come from? We create it. None of us have anything to be shameful of. That word should be stricken. Then we move to the green wheel of light, the emerald green wheel of light. This is our heart chakra. The anahata, this is our ability to love. Love, joy, inner peace. And how does the God energy affect our organs? The heart, the thymus, lower lung, circulatory system, and immune system. And then that's blocked by grief. The reason we have grief is because we don't understand who and what we are. And so we conjure the grief up through the ego mind, which then dictates to the heart. And then we have grief. And then we move to the blue wheel of light, the throat chakra, the Vishuddha. This is our ability to talk, communicate, express our feelings, tell the truth, talk the truth. And our God energy flows through the thyroid, respiratory system, teeth, and vocal cords. And it is blocked by lies. Lies. And then we move to the indigo wheel of light. Third eye chakra, the asana. This is our ability to focus on and see the big picture. And basically, that is to discover who we really truly are and what we are. And it is what the God energy flows through: intuition, imagination, wisdom, ability to think and make decisions. And our organs flows through the pituitary gland, eyes, and sinuses. And then we go to the violet wheel of light, the crown chakra, the Sahasrara. This is our direct connection
to the divine, to spirituality, to the gods that we are, to all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And our God energy flows through inner and outer beauty, our connection to spirituality, pure bliss. Our organs, our God energy flows through pineal gland, brain, and nervous system. So we're constantly flowing, along with the divine positive energy, the breath. We're never not moving. We're constantly flowing. And we affect everything in these bodies. Organs, blood flow, all of it. It's just that we're so disconnected, we have not a clue that we are the masters of these bodies. So we bring all this energy, the gods that we are, the divine positive energy breath to the top of the head, and we hold them. And remember, we're creating all this. We're moving this, and so we hold them. We are God, we are love, we are one. And it compresses and condenses into pure, omnipotently powerful liquid energy, and then we release it over our pineal glands. Now, our pineal glands are, none of us have fully functioning, healthy, vibrant, to the top peak of action pineal glands. Not yet. We will. And they connect us to all the gateways, all the particles of existence. They connect us to consciousness and beyond consciousness. They connect us to creation and beyond creation. So while we're in these bodies, we would prefer them to be fully functioning and healthy. Now you can see them however you see your pineal gland. And through your heart, mind, emotion picture, I see it as green ball rosebud. And when I pour this liquid energy over it, it instantaneously transforms this massive row with multicolored petals and beautiful fragrance, and it is emitting these beautiful shimmering waves of energy that literally saturate me. And I am filled with the deepest of eternal love and the deepest of the eternal gratitude and the deepest of eternal peace. And all at once. And I discover that this is the God that I am within this body. This energy is me. The rose is me. I'm the rose. I am everything, and everything is me. I am one with all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. We are consciously aware, all of us are, or we wouldn't be here, that we are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. These bodies that all of us are housed in, so to speak, our ego mind, our heart mind, our subconscious mind, the God, the pure consciousness, the higher self, the soul, the spirit, all one. And then we realize that we are the heaven on earth. The soul is the heaven, the body is the earth. And every step we take, we create paradise. And we're creating paradise. It's just that a lot of us are not awake enough to understand this. So we don't see the paradise. Those of us who understand every step, we literally experience and feel the paradise. Or light. Our God force, love, light energy emits from the God that we are.
we shine it outwards. 360 degrees. Flooding everything. All life, the highest supreme value universe, which we're all part of. And it is part of us. You see how it works? We're saturating everyone, everything. All of our brothers and sisters, whether they're awake or asleep, head to toe, inside and out, 24/7, without stop. We're nearly 8 billion gods and bodies shining our light, creating paradise. So what does that generate? A fifth dimensional earth that is paradise filled with awakened gods. Quite amazing, isn't it? Feel that in your heart, mind, and see if it isn't, is. It is. So we're, parts of us are awake, parts of us are asleep. So we have all these other parts of us, of the collective consciousness of the one God. So we reach out to those who are awake, consciously aware of who and what they are, to a certain extent. So it's like the archangels, the cherubim, the seraph of the archetypes, the ascended masters, Kuan Yin, Maitreya, Buddha, Lakshmi, Ganesh, Gaia, Saint Germain, Sananda Christ, El Morya, Mandanshi, Appel, Thoth, Yella, Yeshua, many, many, many more. And both of them, both the archangels and the ascended masters, are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude. Now, the archangels are a civilization that vibrate at a different frequency than we do, so we don't see them like we see each other, but we meet with them. And it's not necessarily when we meet with them that we know that they're an angel, but it's usually afterwards we kind of dawns on us in a way that we know that that was an angel. Now, they send the same message, but it is delivered in a plethora of ways. And it boils down to this. Isn't it absolutely magna-glorious to be alive in these bodies? Good, bad, or indifferent? Yes, it is. And the bliss expands. Now, the archangels, they can surround any one of us at any time in the tens of thousands. Because of their vibrational frequency, they can hold a large number in a small area. Now, the ascended masters, they have mastered ascending into physical form. And out of physical form, hold pure consciousness, God form. We are mastering physical form, creating our experiences to perfect our creation, coming to a full understanding that we are the light. That when we choose to leave these bodies, we know we are the light. We do not follow a light. We are the light. We are free. We always, as souls, gods, we have been free from our very creation to now and beyond. We are never not free as souls of gods. Only if you get tricked. So we reach out to other parts of ourselves that are consciously aware, and the inhabitants of inner earth, hollow earth, Agartha, and beneath earth. A lot of civilizations. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation. And they come in the billions and they're with us now consciously.
We call upon all the light energy beings out there that are in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming this circle of light, and the complete liberation of this planet and all life with it. Now, they come in the gigaplexes. One gigaplex will fill this universe with no sacred space to spare. They come in trillions of gigaplexes from trillions of universes from every direction, and they are with us now consciously. We call upon all the off-worlders, all the galactics, all the celestials, yet only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest, of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest, of the deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming the circle of light and the complete liberation of this planet. Now, the ones that we're familiar with somewhat are a smidgen. Over 1,000 travel through the solar system every day, trillions throughout the universes every day. And the ones that we are somewhat familiar with, the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Andromedans, the Felines, Zeta Reticuli, the Nords, the Greys, the Draco, the Reptilian, the Golden Pyramid, the Avian, and many, many, many more. They've been assisting us in our evolution, in our enlightenment, in our ascension, freeing ourselves from our own self-imposed bondage and our own self-imposed slavery. And in massive numbers, they are with us now, consciously. We call upon all of our loved ones, all those who have ascended out of body in this lifetime and all lifetimes that we've inhabited. Yet, only those who are consciously aware that they are of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, to form this circle of light and complete liberation of this planet. And they come in the billions, and they are with us now consciously. We call upon all the light energy beings who have decided to be housed in the following forms on and above and below this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, in this now. Yet we're only familiar with a few of them, and only those that are consciously aware that they're of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal love, and of and from the highest of deepest, deepest, deepest eternal gratitude, can be with us in this now, in this meditation, forming this circle of light. Now, they come in the trillions. Now, with these eyes that we have, we actually only see 1% of what is. So shapes, colors, sizes, forms, configurations, which we've never seen before. Familiarity of the few, the fairies, the sprites, the elves, the gnomes, the dwarves, the trees, the trolls, the elementals, earth, air, water, fire, ether, wood, the mermaid, the dolphin, the whale, the pegasus, the unicorn, the centaur, the minotaur, and many, many, many more. And in the trillions, they are with us now consciously. And we're all gathered, arm in arm, hand in hand, in full compassion, non-judgment, non-ego, non-negativity, stillness of mind in the now. Gentleness, kindness, generosity, humbleness, bliss, joy, peace, tranquility, benevolence, prosperity, abundance. And we're all one, and we're all God, and we're all love. And our God, force, love, light, energy is in all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever, beyond, and forever. And it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. We immediately form a circle of light around the equator of this planet Earth Gaia area in this now. This light emanates from the God source within each and every single one of us. This light is so brilliant, so bright, that it grays out the darkness of sacred space. It would take 1,000 trillion suns even to come close to its brightness. And we are flooding this planet, whole life, highest supreme value universe, head to toe, inside and out, 24/7 with this pure, deep, eternal love, flooding all of us, direct from the source, the God. We begin to ascend above this planet. We're immediately met with this massive ocean of glitter. It is everywhere you look, flashing lights, vibrant colors, in the trillions. And so when we look into these microscopic reflections, we see these little tiny microscopic mirrors that we can actually fold into. We discover that all of us are teaching and learning and teaching all the time through this endless journey. Absolutely spectacular. Magna glorious. We're immediately met with the emerald green flaming healing light of Archangel Raphael. This is a column of light that reminds every single one of us that we are the power of healing. We are then met with the violet, blue, purple flaming light of Archangel Michael. This is a column of light that reminds us all of our omnipotent power, strength, and resolve. We are then met with the white fire. This is a column of light that reminds us all that from head to toe, inside and out, we are imbued with a white fire armor, not a knight armor, a God force, love, light, energy emanating from the gods within these bodies. We are completely protected 24/7, always, eternally. Infinity. No lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies can even come near. No demon possessions. No voodoos, no hexes, no nothing. Yet, only you have the power that if you decide to lower your vibrational frequencies, whether consciously or unconsciously, low enough, through hate, anger, greed, envy, worry, stress, fear, anxiety, you lower your vibrational energy low enough to create a breach in your white fire armor, allowing all the lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies to come flooding in. If you do decide to do this, you're immediately met with a purple transmuting flame. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the purple transmuting flame. We can transmute all these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies into neutral light substance. We can send them to pure consciousness, the God, where they're vaporized. No more. We are then met with the violet ray. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we can bring in the violet ray right behind the purple transmuting flame. We can cleanse and purify the area where these lower dark matter, survival matter frequencies were, sealing the breach in our white fire armor, restoring our vibrational harmony to the highest of the highest highs of pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. We are then met with a golden white pink light. This is a column of light that reminds us all that we are the sun. We are the sunlight. We are the rain, the rainbow. We are the sky, the clouds. We are the sunsets and the sunrises. We are the oceans, the rivers, the lakes, the streams. We are the animals, trees, the forests. We are everything, and everything is us. So the next time you see a sunset or a sunrise or a magnificent view, it is you. You're the divine perfection, the God within that body. You're all of it, and all of it's you. You're the beauty. You're the majesty. You're the spectacularness. You're the magna glorious. You always have been. All of us have. And we always will be. Ever, beyond, and forever. We continue to ascend above this planet. Some of us step outside our physical form, hover effortlessly above them, if we're carrying physical form. And why? Because we can. We view this magnificent, massive crystal light tower of which we created, which is larger than the solar system. In the center of the column is this massive oblong sphere. In the center of the sphere is a golden white ball of light, and it is surrounded by many, many, many rings of vibrant colored lights. And they're all sending out these pulses of energy constantly, like a beacon. Boom, boom, boom. And the golden white ball of light is pure, deep, eternal love. And then comes pure, deep, eternal gratitude. And pure, deep, eternal peace. And well-being. And gentleness, kindness, generosity, and humbleness. And bliss and joy. Great wealth, great abundance, great prosperity. Tranquility, benevolence. It's endless. And it is us. It is the gods within each and every single one of us. And this is saturating this planet. And all goes on and in and above and below it. Non-stop. Feel it. See it through your heart, mind's motion picture. See us as the God. Flowing. Shifting. Lifting vibrational frequencies every microsecond, every atomic second. Increase the vibrational frequencies. Awakening other parts of ourselves. Ascending. Enlightenment. This planet cannot not be liberated. And many of us have already ascended into 5D, and the longer we're there, the more we will ascend. Now, at the top of the crystal light tower, we designed it so the golden ocean can come cascading down 360 degrees, as it's doing now, flooding us all with pure, deep, eternal love. Now, we're drops of this golden ocean. And we also hold the essence of this golden ocean. And the golden ocean is the drops and drops of the golden ocean. And the only illusion is separation. We then see our meditative sphere at set center circle. We created this sphere over 3 years ago. It houses over 1,400 of our meditations in perpetual motion. Hundreds of millions of us, on and off planet, every day, for over 3 years, continuously. Our highest and greatest intent, pure, deep, eternal love, gratitude, and peace. And we are flooding this entire planet, all life, highest supreme value in the universe, continuously. This is why this sphere can be seen, heard, and felt, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond, and forever. And this is why it continues to intensify, and it continues to expand. You can see why. Nothing can stop this great ascension, this great awakening of the civilization of this planet Earth, Gaia, Arya, and all life, the highest supreme value in the universe. And it is now, in this very now moment, this is all happening. Master your thoughts. The universe never makes mistake. The journey which is pulling us deeper into this very moment of our lives is revealing the real reason
why we are all here. And when we look for our path into enlightenment in any place other than the now, we will miss it. I'll join you in the meditation and return to close us out.
Take an easy breath in through the nose. And an easy breath out through the mouth. Move easily and slowly. People don't appreciate things that are freely given, as much as those things which they may feel are nearly impossible to attain. No feat that is going to push our boundaries, stretch our limits, and feels outrageous to even imagine is going to be easy to manifest. The amount of struggle, loss, and confusion along our journey is the very fuel that will eventually burn our egos away. So again, it is the universe which has invented the perfect spiritual setup. Take this with you for the rest of the day into the evening and night and the following morning. And we'll return here Saturday, May 29th, 2021, 3 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call.